This is Tim Bryce with my column titled Trojan Horses of Islamic Supremacy, a book review. This September marks the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 disaster, an orchestrated attack by Islamic supremacists to terrorize the United States. Since that time, we have invaded and conquered Iraq, took out the mastermind of 9/11, Osama bin Laden, in Pakistan, eliminated ISIS from the region, and much more. Interestingly, in spite of our involvement, it is remarkable how naive most Americans are pertaining to Islam, a religion at the heart of these problems, yet has a huge bearing on our future. Enter Dr. William H. Urban and his 2018 book, Trojan Horses of Islamic Supremacy, a timely expose explaining the purpose and goals of Islam, particularly the Muslim Brotherhood. Over the years, I've learned a lot about the Islamic faith, but Dr. Urban's book ties it all together in a tidy, easy-to-understand package. It is meticulously researched and well-organized in such a fashion that it should be considered a must-read reference book all Americans should have access to. Islam is a religion primarily made up of tribes. As such, there are several factions involved, but not a single head like the Pope for the Catholic Church. This explains the number of internal disputes within the religion. Whereas Christians think of God as a loving entity, Muslims live in fear of their God. The book also makes the point, quote, "It is the nature of Islam to dominate, not to be dominated, to impose its laws on all nations, and extend its power to the entire planet," end quote. Further, quote, "Killing the infidels is our religion. Slaughtering them is our religion, until they convert to Islam or pay us tribute," end quote. So said noted al-Qaeda terrorist Abu Masa al-Zarwi in July 9, 2005. At the Tehran conference in 2005, Iranian President Mohammad Ahmadinejad described his country's war preparation plan, which included, quote, "the destruction of Anglo-Saxon civilization," end quote. In addition to terrorist activities, this is being done by infiltrating and subverting the Western world's educational institutions, government agencies, and the news media. And they've been very successful in this regard, particularly the Muslim Brotherhood. Bottom line, they want to replace the U.S. Constitution with Sharia law, thereby overthrowing the American government. Dr. Urban defines the scope of various Islamic groups such as the Muslim Brotherhood, ISIS, al-Qaeda, Hamas, and CAIR, and many more. One thing which surprised me was the fact American political activist and tax reduction advocate Grover Norquist has also been active with Islamic organizations. He's married to a Muslim and has been instrumental in helping to secure political appointments for Muslims in the past few presidential administrations. Also, former Secretary of State John Kerry's son-in-law is a Muslim. Urban also points out the Obama administration was loaded with members of the Muslim Brotherhood, and George W. Bush also met with members of the Brotherhood, even in spite of 9/11. Urban begins the book by describing the properties of the Islamic religion, followed by a historical perspective. He then details what the government has discovered over the years. For example, raids in 2002 and 2004 by the FBI and other intelligence agencies discovered intel related to the Muslim Brotherhood, that they are interested in overthrowing the American government and instilling Sharia law. Under Obama, a CBS News investigation found the State Department sent hundreds of millions of dollars to refurbish mosques and save other Islamic sites around the world. American taxpayer dollars. Anyone remember the concept of separation of church and state? Why didn't Christian and Jewish institutions receive comparable money? The return of money to Iran by authority of the Obama administration is scary and financed terrorist operations for years to come. $150 billion was returned, with $18 billion going immediately to the spread of Islam. While it is well known President Obama was a Muslim sympathizer, President Trump overturned Obama's policies in 2017 and became the first to stand up to Iran and terrorist organizations. Dr. Urban ends his thesis with a call to action, listing items the federal government should deploy to put Islam in check. Unfortunately, none of it will be done by President Biden. Since the book was published, we have seen new peace treaties between Middle Eastern countries and Israel, the destruction of ISIS in Syria and Iraq, the recent Afghanistan meltdown by the Biden administration, as well as a reversal of Trump's executive orders on Muslims entering the country and the erosion of immigration borders, thereby allowing terrorists to sneak in. Nonetheless, the book provides incredible insight into how Islam works. Quite simply, Dr. Urban has put it all together. The book's appendices includes a well-organized glossary of terms, history, and more. It is available in hardcover or paperback through most online stores. It is factual, well-organized, and thoroughly researched. I cannot recommend it strongly enough. All Americans should read it. Why? Well, let me put it to you this way. As Dr. Urban explained to me, quote, "The FBI reports 80% of mosques in America are armories," end quote. Think about it. Contact Dr. Bill Urban. Drop him an email at Urban, that's URBANWW, @gmail.com. Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com.